Hey there, my name is Matthijs. I am opening a YouTube channel because a few people have asked me a question and another question and another question, and they said, man, you should open a YouTube channel. So here's my first video. No, we're not gonna change anything. I'm just the way I am. I'm very normal. I am nothing special. I have looked at a lot of things. I've tried to figure a lot of things out, and mostly did this on my own. So even though I know a lot, I also might be very wrong. So first of all, think for yourself first. Does it apply to you? We live in different worlds, we live in different minds. We are different. Not completely different because we all have the same characteristics, some more than others. That's the difference that's in us. In the end, we are all the same. So, my name is Matthijs. I'm from Holland. I'm over 40s already. And I always used to say I am a Snoeijist. And this is a religion that I made up myself. The rule of this religion, they are one. There is only one Snoeijist, so please do your own thing. And this is why everything I've learned is the way I wanted to see it. The second rule was that everything I do not know, I simply can't uh, say they are not true. I can't deny those things because if I don't know anything about it, I cannot say if it's true or not. And the third rule which I had, if I do know something, it can always change. So basically, I know nothing. Um, the question that was asked to me was, how do I learn to love myself again? What I see around me is that the people who really are so full of love for everyone, they are always trying to help people. These people, they forget one person, themselves. They are constantly forgetting to take care of themselves, to have a rest for a moment, to do what's necessary, to meditate, to do yoga, to eat healthy. And also me, I've been struggling a lot with this, and there were a few things that helped me to find my way to leading a better life because I deserve this. And when I was younger, I was in school, and very quickly my motoristics showed that writing properly, these motoristics, they were not there. So I was constantly every day pointed out, you made a mess of your homework again, I can't read this. And so I had to do it over again. I had to stay out late, and it was um, I was pointed out there, you're a failure. And of course, there were things that I was good at, but those were not things that they were teaching in school. And at home, um, it was kind of the same. I was very hyperactive, so I drove my parents nuts. And my older brother, he really loved to trigger me. So I would start screaming, and my parents would punish me. And they wouldn't even listen to the fact that it was my brother who was constantly pinching me or hitting me or whatever he was doing to me. And I learned that I wasn't good enough. So this was the picture that I drew myself in. Because everywhere I learned that I was doing things wrong. And those things, they count much more for your feelings than the things that you do wrong because of do right, because that's mostly the things that are considered fun and not the important things. So here's what happened when I went to a place where I met people who were supportive, and they were telling me like, man, you are a great person, you really should change the way you think about yourself. And what I learned was, first you gotta know what is there. So start looking at the characteristics of the people around you. When I look at those people around me, I can see happy people, I can see grumpy people, I can see people who don't mind lying, I can see a lot of different characteristics in a lot of different people in different places and different situations. And some of them, they are always the same face, and they are basically not so influenceable by their surroundings. And there's people who constantly change in their emotions and in their way of acting with things. The people who constantly change, you could say they are with a mask. They are trying to be something else than what they really are, because they don't want to show this personality of them. So, right now, ask yourself, are you wearing a mask? It's okay if you do. It's okay. It's a protection system because we don't want to show all our fear, sadness to the world around you. Um, what's important, what's underneath the mask? Um, we're going to look now at the people around you. You see all these characteristics, and if there's something that you like in the people around you, this is something you recognize because it's a part of you. Then there's things you see in people which you kind of don't like. And you also recognize these things because they are a part of you. So you get, if you look at this for like a couple of months and just look at the people around you more closely, maybe you have enough in a couple of weeks, but this is a process that keeps growing, and you start to see more every year, and you learn who you are more every year, and it becomes a map of the person that you are. And when you look at these habits, you will understand like, hey, this is wrong, I got to do this differently. Of course, you can choose not to. You don't have to. You really don't have to. You got to do it any way you like to do it. Of course, I'm not responsible for your actions. And I hope that you are going to think like, hey, yeah, I do want to be a person that I can be proud of. And by looking at these habits and canceling out the ones that you don't like, and focusing on the things that you do like, the talents that you like, that you have, the knowledge that you have. By focusing on what is good in you, you will become a person that you actually like. So that makes it a lot easier to come to loving yourself. So when you make decisions in life, you can always make the choice which is the easiest. You can look for the things that no, rewind. What? First, I wanted to talk to you guys about this map that you created. The person that you see in front of you after you make this mind map of yourself. This person is created by everything that happened in your life. Some things happened as in incidents that taught you, okay, this is something I need to be careful with, or afraid of, or I shouldn't do this anymore because something happened there. Then there is the things which you saw in the movies, which is of course a fictional world. let's. Then there's the things that people told you. The things that people told you, they could be true. They could very much be true. And if they are, you probably saw these things happening around you. If they are not true, you might still believe this person on his word. Because this person has learned this from another person, who has learned this from another person, who has learned this from another person. And all of them truly believe that this is true. And that's why they really want to let you understand that this is the way you need to do it. But by doing this, you are making a trap for yourself. Because if you make a choice based on somebody else's laws, you could be without any problem doing a very good thing on it, but if it goes wrong, you have made a choice that you already didn't agree to. How are you going to forgive yourself for making a mistake which you already knew you shouldn't do? The other way around, if you chose to do what you believe is the right thing and you hurt somebody with it, you can explain to this person, oh my God, I'm really so sorry. My idea was I'm gonna do this and that, and the result should have been great, but I am so sorry. I have learned a lot from this right now. That's not what you're gonna say, of course. But you have learned a lot from that mistake because it was your mistake. And you made this mistake with love for the situation. And therefore you can forgive yourself easily. And then besides that person that does the things that you love, with the mindset of doing it in the name of love, if you look at that person, you will love yourself. So this is what I wanted to say about self-love. And let me see, I wrote it down. Did I get it exactly right as I wanted to? If you do what you love because you think it's, yeah, I got that very clear. So what I'm gonna do is play a little bit of music. Well, actually, I'm just gonna drum a little bit and sing a little bit to finish the video. Als je nog vragen hebt, kan je ze hieronder stellen. Of als je ergens mee zit of zo. En moet ik nou nog iets zeggen over like, subscribe? Nee.